Welcome back, my friend. I appreciate your listenership today. It's the week of Resurrection Sunday. It's Easter Sunday week, and I'm so glad you are right here with me. Our theme yesterday expounded on the truth that happiness, at least in America, and really this applies around the world, but happiness is big business. We seem to be caught in a very cyclical rat race in that pursuit of happiness. We read some words that Thomas Jefferson penned many years ago. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are, and you can finish it out, right? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But those are men's words, poetic, amazing though they may be. Let me give you a more concise version that I think might just get you a little bit more. 1 Thessalonians 5:16, it was our text verse yesterday, and we pick it back up today. 1 Thessalonians 5:16, if I gave it to you as a memory verse, you better be able to remember it. What does it say? Rejoice evermore. Just two words. Rejoice evermore. Can you say that with me? 1, 2, 3, begin. Rejoice evermore. That's a command from God. But sometimes it seems difficult, doesn't it? You know, happiness is a big business. We're going to jump into that in just a moment. We talked about how much money pharmaceutical companies make in this field, in the pursuit of happiness. But we'll dive back into that in just a moment. Before we do, let me tell you about a gospel tract that I'm just now realizing is pretty appropriate, pretty apropos for this discussion. It's titled, Have You Found Rest? For most people, the opportunity to get real rest would bring them an amazing amount of happiness. You know, there was a stat I heard recently that a good night's sleep can improve your outlook on life and improve suicidal tendencies more than some of the most effective, quote-unquote, again, suicide prevention drugs and depression prevention drugs. Just a good night of sleep. But we're not just talking about physical rest, are we? You know, Matthew 11:28, this gospel tract begins with, Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. You know, that would bring some real happiness to a lot of people, some real joy if they found real rest. You know, this Easter Sunday week, Resurrection Week, you should consider finding rest in Jesus Christ. Now, Jesus Christ is not one that you can just add to the pantheon of other gods, humanism, atheism, agnosticism, Catholicism, you name it. It doesn't matter what belief system you have, you must reject all and turn to Christ if you are going to find real rest. You don't just strap him on to another belief system and say, I also believe in Jesus. No, friend, real rest comes in complete and utter faith in him. Have you ever made that decision? Do you know someone that needs to make that decision? You can order this gospel tract for free from BibleTractsInc.org. Yes, I said for free. You can get it today. Well, it won't arrive today. I should back up. You can order it today. We'll get it in the mail very soon, and Lord willing, it'll be on your doorstep in your mailbox. We'd love to send you them. We can send you 25. We can send you 100. We just want it to be used for the honor and glory of God. But maybe you're listening right now and you say, I don't know that rest you're talking about. I'm stuck in that rat race pursuing happiness, but I haven't found it yet. If you'd like to reach out to me, if I can be a blessing to you, you can text me right now. We have people almost every week that text in, have a question, a comment, maybe even have a criticism. I realize that criticism is only there for one reason. It's to make you better. And my answer is bring it on. Not in a brash, not in a braggadocious way, but I realize that there's always a grain of truth in criticism. But maybe you don't have a critique. Maybe you don't have a comment. Maybe you just have a question. I'd love to hear from you. Let me give you that phone number. Text me at 309-316-7244. Again, it's 309-316-7240. Our topic today, our topic this week, the pursuit of happiness. That is our theme. We're going to find out, Lord willing, how we can actually find happiness. How can we obey that command in 1 Thessalonians 5:16 to rejoice evermore? How can we find real joy? Well, we know it's not in the pharmaceutical companies. The antidepressant industry I mentioned yesterday alone, just that section of Big Pharma is worth $10 billion. But it's not just pharmaceuticals, is it? Entertainment as a whole, which includes film, music, TV, etc., that segment of our world is worth over $500 billion. Entertainment, amusement. People are spending money like water trying to be amused, trying to be entertained, trying to get that dopamine fix, trying to get a little bit of happiness, aren't we? You know, almost $500 million is spent on advertising for the Super Bowl alone. That's a lot of entertainment, isn't it? Well, not so much. Why, though? Why are people pursuing happiness? Well, is it the brief break from life? Is it just a few moments of happiness? I think we could all agree that pills don't make one happy. Alcohol won't make you happy in the long run. The 4 hours of television a day the average American spends, that's not going to make you happy. How much phone usage, how much social media usage? That won't make us happy. We know that. Today and this week, I hope you'll take a few moments and examine yourself. You see, this thought, this theme, it applies to everyone. It applies to you. It applies to me. We all want to be happy. You don't have to open up Instagram or social media too long to find motivational people whose desire it is to lead you towards happiness. We all want to be happy. We all have our own ways of going about it, don't we? Fishing, hunting, golf, shopping. We all want to be happy. So how and why do we do it? How can we really find happiness? In the pursuit of happiness, we must. It is imperative. It's required that we start with Jesus. We start with Jesus. Well, what are you talking about? Well, let's go back in time. The world started with him. We know that. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Now, this is not the point of this broadcast, either in the big picture or today, but you can argue for evolution all you want. I don't have time on this broadcast to lay out the case, the plentitude of reasons why I do not believe that evolution is correct. It takes, in my opinion, even more faith to believe that evolution is correct versus what the Bible explains to us, but neither here nor there. You can believe in evolution all you want. But let me say this. If you're here today and you cannot seem to find joy, you cannot seem to find lasting happiness, maybe the time has come for you to stop believing what the world keeps feeding you and listen to the Bible. You see, the world started with him. John 1 verse 1 says this powerful passage, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not." Are you in darkness today? Is this coming as a shock to your system? Do you realize that you can't find happiness by yourself? Well, you got to start with Jesus. Realize the world started with him. Your life started with him. Jeremiah 1 verse 5, "Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations." What a verse. Now, this can absolutely backhand any argument for abortion, or as it's known, pro-choice. I didn't realize we got the opinion of the baby involved with the circumstance, but regardless, I know this isn't a popular message for some, but God knew you, and He had your life planned out before you were ever even in your mother's womb. You know, if He, meaning God, meaning Christ, if He gave you your life, if He gave your life its very first start, maybe today He deserves for you to give Him a chance to give you another start. He gave you the very first one. He started the world. He began the engines of time. He's the one that breathed light into existence. Maybe we should trust Him for you. Maybe you should trust Him for your life. Have you considered that? The world started with Him. Your life started with Him. That's not all, though, friend. You see, real happiness has a chance to blossom, has a chance to bloom, has a chance to really get down deep into your soul. When you come to the realization that, yes, the world, yes, life, but salvation started with Him. A verse you're probably familiar with, but I'll repeat it again because it bears repeating. It should be the anthem of our day, of our lives. John 3:16, "For God so loved the world, that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life." I hope you have a desire for a relationship with Him. You see, friend, what I'm talking about today is not religion. Religion is stodgy. Religion is monuments. Religion is statues. Religion is cold and dead and lifeless. Salvation, that relationship with Christ, that's completely different. That's Him as your Father. That's being welcomed into the family of God. I'd love to hear from you if you have questions. Text me, 309-316-7240. We'll continue this discussion tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Have a great day for His glory. And make sure you join us the rest of the week. God bless.
Thank you for joining us today for Bible Tract Echoes, a ministry of Bible Tracts Incorporated. If you would like to receive a free sample packet of all of our tracts, you can contact us by calling 309-828-6888. That's 309-828-6888. Our mailing address is P.O. Box 188, Bloomington, Illinois, 61702. A faster way to contact us is to go to our website at BibleTractsInc.org. That's BibleTractsInc.org. There you will find more information about our ministry and details on how you can support Bible Tracts Incorporated. Thanks for listening, and may the Lord richly bless you as you serve Him.